Hello, everyone. My name is Broken Limit, and I will be giving my thoughts on the confirmed matchups of Death Battle Season 10, as well as some prediction for Season 10, so let's get started. The one that I am the least excited for is Bill vs Discord. I know, I am sorry, but I'm just not that interested in these characters, and I never watched both shows, but I was told that this has interesting animation potential, and I really hope he is right on that, and hope it's entertaining. And yeah, I don't have a lot to say on this, to be honest. Again, really sorry. Next one has spoilers, so I will show a timestamp on screen. I will wait a few seconds before I say the next matchup. The next matchup, I am really excited for the Chosen Undead versus the Last Dragonborn for. When I first saw this matchup, I was hoping one day that this would one day become a matchup because I am a big Souls fan, and I recently started playing Elden Ring, so it just makes me even more excited. As for Skyrim, I don't know crap when it comes to Skyrim. I am just not that interested in Skyrim, to be honest. This is a matchup where I know a lot about one character and nothing another one, so sorry for that. But that doesn't change the fact that I am not excited for this matchup. I might check out Skyrim if they can interest me. And what do I want for this matchup? Well, one thing is that if the Chosen Undead doesn't derive frame doge, then I am calling bullshit second. I really want to see multiple weapons being used, not just their stranded weapons. And yeah, that's it. I don't really ask for a lot. Now, before I go any further, I would like to address the elephant in the room. There was a leak and a job listing for one of the upcoming death battles. And what was it? It was something that we all saw coming. If you don't want to know, we'll leave another timestamp on screen and wait for you. It's fucking Ant-Man versus Adam. I don't care about this matchup, so let's move on, please. And lastly, we have my most anticipated matchup, Alex Mercer versus Cole McGrath. It's about damn time. I have been a fan of both franchises since I was just a kid and love both franchises. I love Infamous more because more solid games and Prototype is a fun game to play. This has me excited from all the way to the interactions to the animation potential, the banter between these two. This just has so much going for it. I just can't believe it's finally happening. As for who I think wins, I think Alex wins. I hear people say that Alex is weak to electricity, but he is not. I have played both games, and there was nothing that really states that unless I missed something, which I probably did. I just can't wait for this matchup, man. Well, that concludes my thoughts on the upcoming matchups of Death Battle Season 10, and now let's move on to my prediction. Before I start, a big shout out Megaman Intellect and Reggington Mogus for helping me predict these matchups. I will leave a link in the description, as well as a Discord link where you can talk to them. So with that out of the way, let's start. Eggman vs Bowser. This is a matchup that Reggie predicted. He also said that this is his most wanted. And I really like this matchup too. I am pretty surprised this hasn't happened yet, but I think it will this year. First of all, the Mario movie is coming out this year, so that is reason enough for me to think this fight is happening. Moving on to the things I want to see in this fight. To be honest, I don't really ask for a lot for things I want to see in this episode or for any match in general. I just want to see, well, nothing really, yeah. I hope this matchup happens this year, and I hope it's good. Satoru Gojo versus Makima. This is a matchup everyone in Intellect server guessed, and including me, and I love this matchup. And it's also very debatable. Gojo is stronger, faster, but Makima can counter most of his abilities. And she has a contract that if she dies, a Japanese civilian takes her place. And I do think Gojo can win due to one X factor he has, and Makima hasn't shown surviving, that being Halo Purple ability that Gojo has that is stated to erase anything in its path. Makima has died to Denji, and whatever he eats is erased from existence. It has been stated multiple times in the manga, and Halo Purple can do the same thing, erasing anything from existence in its path. I also think it would be fun to see both personalities clash with one another. Gojo's carefree personality against Makima's grooming persona. Then the more the fight progressed, the more Makima's true colors. Forgot to mention that I am a fan of both series, so I know both of them. This fight most likely will happen in 2D, and that's probably the only way they could do it. Not much else to say on this, but I hope it happens this year, and that's all. Next. Nero vs Hellboy. This is a matchup that I loved since I found out about it and continue to love it. I like Hellboy a lot, but Nero on the other hand, pun intended, he is one of my favorite characters in the Devil May Cry franchise, and also Devil May Cry is my favorite thing. Ever not joking, I love DMC. This is also a matchup that is just batshit fun. Their interactions alone makes me want this matchup. And it's been a long time since we last had a DMC matchup on the show, and it's long overdue, and Hellboy is one of the big comic characters that have not been on the show yet, so this is perfect for both of them. This fight is most likely to happen in 3D, because 2D just don't do both of them justice. As for who I think wins, well, Nero kinda shit stomps by a lot. Nero is complex multiversal, which is much higher than Hellboy has shown in the comics, so my money is on Nero for now anyway. The only thing Hellboy really has that's going to be a problem for Nero is his right hand of doom, but Nero is more versatile with his devil breakers, which gives him more mobility, hacks firepower, and one that can just stop time if he chooses to sacrifice it. So yeah, I am going with Nero, but I could change my mind. Anyway, next. Ash vs Yugi. I have nothing to say on this matchup, so let's move on. Luffy vs Natsu. Same deal with Ash vs Yugi, except Death Battle said they had a matchup with Luffy that they want to do so, and this one I like the most, not much else to say. Stitch vs Rocket Raccoon. Guardians of the Galaxy Vol 3 is coming out soon, and I think this will happen, not much else after that. Just Ricky predicted this one too. Joker vs Gerono. This is something that Intellect predicted, and something I always joke about it starting World War 3. I think Joker wins, and this needs to be over with not much else. Scarecrow vs Mysterio. This is one of the only few Marvel vs DC matchups left, and the only Marvel vs DC matchup that I want to see. This is probably going to be the Halloween episode, but there is also Slappy vs Chucky, which I prefer as this year's Halloween episode. Liu Kang vs Jargo. With Mortal Kombat returning this year and last season, we didn't get a fighting game episode for the first time in a season. It would make sense to do it this year. I am not a fan of both franchises, so I really don't want anything in particular. I just want another fighting game episode, that's all. Darth Vader vs Obito Yukaha. Every year, we always get one Star Wars episode, and I think this one will happen this time around. There is also The Mandalorian vs the Goblin Slayer, because The Mandalorian Season 3 is coming out this year. But I opted to choose this one, plus Darth Vader needs a rerun. This is also one of the last few Naruto fights left, and I could see this fight happening. Eren Yeager vs King Kaneki. The only reason why I chose this fight was because while I was editing this video, I was also watching Attack on Titan, and my god, what an amazing experience, and with it ending this year, I could do this matchup to coincide with the release of Season 4, Part 3. I don't know anything about Tokyo Ghoul or Ken, but I might check out Tokyo Ghoul in the upcoming days, and I hope I enjoy it. This is a fight I think should happen this season, and with Attack on Titan in its peak hype, it would make sense to Death Battle to make this fight before Attack on Titan ends. So yeah, I hope this happens, and if it does, I will be very happy. And it better be good, because that last Attack on Titan fight wasn't well received, but this could be better, much better. Well, that's the video. I am really sorry for taking too long on this video. I was just really busy with school and family. But now it's all done. There were more predictions I wanted to put, but that would have taken more time, and I just couldn't push myself to do it, so sorry about that. But thanks for sticking through the whole video. I really appreciate it. And please like and subscribe if you want. I am not pushing you to do, so it's your decision, not mine. And check out Megaman Intellect and Reggington YouTube channels. I will have a link in the description for you all. Thank you and for watching, and goodbye.